the cauldron. Guys, it's close to Halloween, so welcome back to Awkward Stage, the podcast.
Welcome to spooky, awkward stage.
Oh, so scary. I'm Nicole.
I'm Alina, and today we are so excited to welcome
And scared.
And
because of Halloween.
We're so scared.
We're so terrified to have this guest on.
Guys, get ready.
She's
This
way
is gonna be
cooler than
scary
us.
episode.
Dancer, actress, influencer, Elliana Walmsley.
Hi guys, what's up? This is my first
I tried to make her name
podcast.
scary.
So excited to be here.
Oh, we're all
your
scared.
first podcast?
Yes, it's a big moment for me. I'm like
really?
literally like this is a moment in time. Like this date is going down in history for me.
Is it everything you thought it would be?
I hope so.
Okay.
You know what?
No
I will
pressure.
decide at the end of the podcast.
Okay.
Like, what's this? How it
Was
seems? We're
Was
gonna
this
see.
what a podcast is? I feel so honored
I feel
that
really
we are
honored
your
too.
first
Man,
podcast.
I'm so honored.
Wait, but
You
you've done
guys.
like loads of interviews and stuff.
I have, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like interviews, yeah.
Yeah.
But we're gonna ask you about your deepest, darkest
Deep.
personal
Sounds
life.
good
so.
to me. I'm so ready for this.
You
Love
didn't.
to share my deepest, darkest secrets.
Perfect. You're at the
whole
right
world.
place.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah.
We also offer therapy on
We
this
offer
podcast.
therapy.
We have
Yeah.
no qualifications,
Incredible. I've
Yes.
been needing therapy,
Yeah.
so I will take
but yeah, just let us know. We're good
Oh.
at it.
Why do you
Perfect.
say you've been needing therapy? Is there a specific reason?
I've been through a lot in my life. Let's just say that from
Yeah.
literally like since I was like 5. Just gone through a lot, but you know what? That's okay. We're thriving and surviving and we're getting better, but you know, stuff still happens, you know.
Yep.
You know, it's life though. Like you can't expect life to
It's
be
life.
perfect. Life at times
It's
is
not.
gonna be like shit. Like you can't just like avoid it.
That is
happens.
very wise
I
and
know.
very smart, and I did not think like that when I was your age.
You're the okay. So you're the youngest person we've had on this podcast,
Oh.
which
Yeah.
is going to be really fun because most of the awkward stage stories are from like the early 2000s or late 90s, or like all these old ass freaking guests are always telling these old ass stories.
Yeah, not us.
So
like
this
we are
is
really
going to be
young,
a
but
fun perspective.
yeah.
Cool.
And it's like right away, I'm like, if my teenage self, I do a lot of my teenage self as a character on
Oh.
TikTok and
Yeah.
Instagram, and I grew up I was a teenager in the 90s,
Oh,
so if
cool.
she was sitting here right now, she'd be like, that's what I was going for, like the like the look and like looking like pretty and looking
Stop.
like you have it figured out,
That
you
is
know.
like so nice. Thank
And-
you so much. Oh
And
my God.
she did not, because in the 90s we didn't have social media.
Oh.
Yeah.
And I always say, like, I can't imagine, it must be so crazy to grow up, to be a teenager and fully grow up with social media and like
Oh.
online bullying and like all that stuff that comes
100%.
with
Also,
it.
YouTube tutorials.
Yes.
You can.
Like,
Yes, and have
right.
those.
I will say that you are living what was my teenage dream because I desperately wanted to be a famous dancer.
oh, that's right.
Do you dance?
I was
Oh.
a dancer, but the difference between me and you is that you're good at it and I was not.
I'm sure you were good at it.
Don't be so sure.
Oh,
I
but
didn't see a video after
now,
this.
see, this is
Now
where I
I'm
wish
intrigued.
this
I'll
was.
show you a video and then you'll be like, she was right. She
I
wasn't
want to
that good."
see a
See.
dance off. That's what I want to
oh,
see.
I would love
Can we
to.
just do like
That's
after
my
we're
worst
rapping? Can
nightmare.
we just do a quick dance off?
Please.
Okay, yeah,
When I
but
was little, my mom would always make me go whenever, you know those street performers in like
Yes.
New York?
Uh-huh.
Like on the street, she would make me go and like dance battle them and I hated it. I was like, please get me out of here right now. Oh my gosh, that's like literally like traumatizing for me just thinking about it. Because I was so like shy, like
Yeah.
and timid. Like I'm really not that shy and timid now, but I didn't want to go up to like some random ass
Yeah,
dude
as a
and be like, hey, dance battle me,
Yeah.
let's go. Let's go. I was like, please, I don't want to do this.
You're like, you have seen nothing yet. I mean, your mom is a true stage mom. If she pushes
Oh.
you into the street in New York
my
to do
mom
a
was
dance
a cheer
battle.
mom and a dance mom
Yeah.
and a school teacher. All
and
three.
she chokes other moms, as we have
she
learned.
does in her free time. Just a little choke here, a little choke there.
She's
you
not
know,
here
casual.
to defend herself, and we will say she did choke that mom on Dance Moms.
yeah,
Oh, listen,
we were there. No.
you were there. You guys were the security guards.
Yeah.
The security guard got in the middle. He was like, no, no, no. It was so funny. But listen, I will say, it looks like she did, but I swear, I solemnly swear, she did not choke her.
She did not.
For everyone just listening to this, Elliana has her hand over her heart and one arm. And
With my hands up. My
It's-
right hand's up.
yeah,
It's
she's swearing.
real.
She's swearing to the United
It's-
States of America.
I am.
Unfortunately, we don't have a Bible, but we
No
will
Bible?
take it. Yeah,
It's okay.
Okay, so where did you? I mean, you live in LA now,
I do.
correct? Where did you grow up though?
I grew up in Boulder, Colorado, which, I love it there. It is
Mhm.
so beautiful there. I feel like it's very underrated. I would say, like, a lot of people like it, but it has, like, everything. It's also one of the foodie capitals of the world. People don't
Is
realize
that
that.
true?
Wait, I didn't
For
know
what?
that.
What food is
Just
famous?
everything. Like, you
Oh.
can literally find, like, a little bit of everything there. Like, Chinese. Oh, my gosh. There's incredible Chinese food there and, like, little bakeries and stuff like that. But I will say, once I started coming out here, and, like, I go back there every once in a while
Yeah.
to visit my
Because
family
people
and
will
stuff.
say that LA is good for food.
LA is
but
very
I
good
don't
at food.
know.
But
I like, it's
not Chinese food. I haven't like had
no.
that many.
Also
great-
Mexican. I have not found, like, one good Mexican restaurant here. It's all, like,
Really?
And that is
At
supposed to
least
be
for
like the
me.
jam here.
Well, San Diego is really
Mm.
good.
mm-hmm.
for Mexican.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, I've been to, like, the little, like, trendy Mexican restaurants on Melrose, and it's, like, $25 for, like,
Yeah.
one taco, and it's just, like, not good.
But that means it is good if it's $25.
If,
No,
if
that's
a
what it
celebrity
means.
has
It's
been
dry.
spotted at the restaurant, it is good.
Yeah.
But I will say,
That's how it
I've
works
seen
here.
Kendall Jenner there, so she was
Oh,
there.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say
But
it's
it's
Scott
just
Disick's been there.
Yeah.
And his
Scott
photos on the
Disick,
wall.
Then it doesn't matter if it needs salt.
Oh, but yeah, well, it could use some. Like, that's the least they could do, you know? But sometimes it goes to show, like, the trendy restaurants, like, aren't as good as, like, the little, like, divey
Yeah,
places,
they're
I would
like
say.
family owned.
Family owned. Oh, yeah, those places are good.
The best.
Oh, my God, 100%.
I feel like I grew up in Germany, so I
Oh,
know
wow.
a lot about America, but I haven't been to like all the places. And I feel like Boulder, Colorado is something that I've heard a lot. I don't know if it's like in pop culture or like TV shows.
Well,
or,
it's
like,
it's a place in America.
oh,
Yeah.
that's why.
Yeah, it's a place.
There's like Boulder, but I have there's just blank in my head. I don't know what I'm supposed to picture. The, like,
It's like
is it like
rocks.
mountains?
It's very green.
Yeah.
Are there like bears?
Yeah.
I'm personally, there are a lot of rattlesnakes.
Oh.
I've had them in my house.
They are rattlesnakes in Griffith Park.
Oh, really?
Uh-huh.
I will say, one thing about Boulder is, like, there are a lot of, like, hippies there, and people love to, like, smoke, like, like
like
weed.
weed.
It's
Like
a-
weed?
I don't know. I'm trying to, like, not be offensive.
No,
Here,
no.
I will take the pressure off you. In
Okay.
Boulder, Colorado, they do a lot of drugs, including
lot.
mushrooms.
Boulder,
and
Colorado.
Molly.
Everyone is
Yeah.
stoned.
Oh,
Everyone.
literally.
It's like drugs, hiking.
Yes.
hiking, yes.
Skiing.
The Rocky Mountains while you're high. Just
Oh,
skiing and
yes.
Yeah.
climbing.
Now, I know I don't know a lot about America, but I know in Boulder, Colorado, everyone's high.
Everyone I
It's
know from my
true.
high school who went to college in Boulder, Colorado, ended up being like a massive stoner.
Also, no one ever says just Boulder.
It's always Boulder,
People
Colorado.
always say Boulder, Colorado.
Well,
what is
when
that
you think
all
of
about?
Boulder, you just think of a rock.
Yeah.
You know, they're like,
yeah.
Oh, is that what it
It's a rock.
means?
I don't know. Maybe like Rocky Mountains, like
Yeah.
Boulder. It's kind of what I'm thinking. Being honest, I have no freaking idea.
Well,
I
yeah,
don't
because
actually
there's
know.
not a second Boulder. It's like
Yeah.
you say Boston or
just-
Los Angeles, but
yeah.
you don't say like Los Angeles,
California.
California.
You can just say Boulder.
That's
Hey,
true.
Americans, from
Hey,
now on, you
America,
can just
we have
save some
tips.
time, you know?
That's true.
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
like to just clarify though, in case people
Yeah.
are like, "Oh, Boulder? Yeah, I totally know what that is."
Okay, so you had a very interesting growing up experience because you grew up on television.
Since I was like had just turned 8 years old.
Wait, does that show
Yeah.
film in Boulder, Colorado?
No, it filmed here. So that's when I started
Oh.
coming out. Was for I'm allowed to say the name of Dance Moms.
Mhm.
That was like my first like career jump starter.
Oh my
I would say that's what really got me into the industry.
Yeah.
So like I'm like forever grateful
So
for
did
it.
you like audition to be on the show? Or?
Funny story, actually. Yeah, I did audition. I got invited. So we submitted like a video as a joke. My mom and I were like, "Yeah, this is stupid. Like, we're not gonna be on Dance Moms. Come on." But we actually got invited to audition in LA, which we were like, "Oh shit!
Oh,
Oh, my
that's
god,
so
we got invited."
cool.
We were like,
Wow.
"What
Then
the?"
they like fly you out here and put you up in a hotel.
Oh
and stuff.
no,
No,
it is not that glamorous.
Oh,
I mean,
it's
they
not
were
the
like,
Disney Channel.
no, not at all. There were like 100 people at the auditions. Like, there were quite a few. No, we had to pay our own way, pay our own hotel, our
Wow.
own food. Now, I will say, like, once we got on the show, yes, but Okay,
Yeah.
so originally there was a group of like 7 of us at the end, and I was like, okay, I'm feeling confident about this. Like I was in the final cut. Well, a couple weeks later, my friend gets the call that she got the show, but I didn't.
Oh, your friend
So-
from Boulder without
Sorry,
Colorado?
she's another friend from here.
Okay.
So yeah, she lives here, but I was crushed because I was like, oh my God. I end up watching the show. I'm the only person out of the
Wait,
group that doesn't get on the show.
stop.
The only person. All other 6 kids.
Well, because
got
all
on.
the
season was
auditions were
that?
filmed?
Well, it was like all of us together.
Oh, you just knew who. Okay.
Mhm.
And everyone knows what Dance Moms is, right? We don't have to do like it's a dance school.
I think so.
and
It's
there's,
like a
really,
TV show. Like
Yeah, it's like
Abby, she's like the
Abby
mean
is the,
dance
like-
teacher.
I mean, she needs therapy. Yeah.
I feel bad for Abby. she's very lonely. Like I think she
Aw.
just like longs for like compassion.
Love?
I would say love. Yeah, like she's
Yeah.
not
We should
married.
have
She's
her-
like
She's
Yeah.
taking it out on
On children.
y'all.
I will
Yeah.
say it looked on Dance Moms. It looked a lot worse than it actually was.
editing is very powerful.
Oh, very. And the producers. Oh, don't even get me started on the producers. Oh my God, the manipulation that went on.
Yeah.
Holy shit, it was so bad. It was
Yeah.
like horrible.
Let's have them on the show.
Yeah.
Oh,
Let's
I
bring
would
them
love
to
to.
tears.
Okay, so you didn't get on the show at first.
I didn't.
What? So that was season 7.
This was season 6.
6.
So I was obviously devastated. I would cry. My mom was like, "Oh, this kid." She was like, "Will you just shut up?" So finally, I was like, "Can we please?" I was going to LA for another dance intensive because mom was like, "Crazy dance intensive here, dance intensive there, just dance all day, every day, like 8 hours a day."
Yeah, but
dancing.
and because you were and you were like a professional like child dancer, is that the right term? Professional
Yeah.
child dancer.
I mean,
because
you're
I
so
saw,
talented.
I see
Thank
like,
you.
the videos of you dancing. I'm like,
No.
what?
How nice of you. Thank
It
you
looks
so much.
so easy, but you're
Yeah.
like you're bent in half in the air, and I'm like, what? How did you get
How
there?
It took
do you make it
a
look so
lot
easy?
of practice since I was
Yeah.
18 months. Like that's when I started.
Jesus.
But anyway, so I went to LA to take a couple of classes at the actual studio,
Uh-huh.
and I had a private with Abby, and what was supposed to be a 30-minute private turned into a 4-hour private.
Oh
And she basically
my.
loved my mom and I.
Yeah.
And so eventually, after talking and dancing and her being like, "I love you guys," we eventually asked, we were like, "Can we ask something?" She was like, "Yeah." We were like, "Why didn't we get on the show?"
Yeah.
She was like, "Oh, well, Elliana was great." And she was like, "You want to know why?" And we were like,
Do we?
literally,
Yeah.
do we? She was like, "Well, you weren't trashy enough," to my mom. She literally said, "You weren't trashy enough." We were
Stop.
like, oh, because my mom was like little
Wait.
school teacher glasses, like little short hair. So she was like,
She's
"You
like,
gotta
need
get
to
the hair
punch other
extensions."
moms.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta get the hair
And
extensions.
the contacts and all and wear the heels. Like it was, we were like,
Oh, like visually not
Oh.
trashy
Yes.
enough.
yeah. And also like I guess
Mom
I
walks
guess-
in with like neck tattoos.
stop. Literally, which you were like, oh my god. Like,
I saw this one woman. Watched a couple of clips, and I saw this one woman. She had this like Karen hair. Like I have a wig
that's
like
Jamie.
that.
That's
And
my
then
friend
just
Macy's.
a bow
A
right
bow?
here.
That's
Yeah.
oh
It was
god,
like,
I love her. I
wanna,
love Jamie.
You know, shame anyone for
Wait.
like how they look, but that is
That's also
crazy hair.
crazy that like you felt so rejected because you didn't get on the show when
Yeah.
it was actually your mom's fault because she was too put together.
I know.
Like your mom.
Yeah, isn't that sad? That
Yeah.
we were like,
Like
now
what
is
the
that
hell, mom?
a compliment or an insult?
Right.
Like, I was like, damn it, mom, you weren't trashy enough. How dare you?
No,
They're like,
that's
look,
so
in
mean.
ruin
Boulder,
this opportunity.
in Boulder, Colorado, you can walk around like that, but if you want to make it in Hollywood, you got to get some hair extensions, some
you do.
tattoos, smoke a cigarette, like
Literally. No, exactly. And that's what's like the sad thing when I was like, wow, I'm too put together.
Yeah.
I didn't get on Dance Moms. God damn it.
your mom's like,
So did
I know
Mom-
what I have to do.
Did mom get it together and get
Mom
herself
got
to where
together.
she needed
Mom
to be?
got the hair extensions, the contacts,
my
and the
God.
heels, and the cleavage.
It's like a Hollywood makeover, but like a
Yes.
trashy Hollywood
Trashy,
makeover.
Yeah.
Can you say trashy?
I don't know.
No.
I don't know,
I
but
think
I mean
we're
that's
saying
the term
trashy
they
because
used.
Abby Lee said trashy, but now
Yes.
I'm thinking like, should we be?
But
We-
listen,
what
it's
we
not
mean-
our fault. We're just repeating
Right.
what she said. We're
Repeating
just
what she said.
reiterating.
Yeah.
We didn't
Yeah.
we didn't say trashy ourselves.
And
Okay, so what was it like to suddenly be just like in the public eye? Like, did you have an awareness of it, or were you too young?
It was really scary, I will say. Like honestly, I didn't really start to realize I was like in the public eye until maybe like 2 years ago, I would say. I honestly like I was like 8, so I was so young that I didn't even realize I was like, holy shit, like I'm on social media and
So
like
you
people
were
are watching.
8 when you got on the show then? Like the next season you got on the show after your mom
I was
changed?
8 when I got on the show.
Okay.
And then I did it till I was 11.
Wow.
So as far as like an awkward stage goes, like maybe you didn't even have the opportunity because you were in the limelight.
Honestly, I would say like teens now, I've noticed, I know so many people talk about this, but like teens now don't have an awkward stage.
That's our whole
Yeah.
point.
Like
said
you
that.
see like
Yeah.
11 and 12-year-olds and they're like beautiful. They look like
Yeah.
models. I'm like when did this happen?
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like I had an awkward stage. My awkward stage was during quarantine.
Okay.
Like, my mom's gonna get mad at me for saying this, but I was like not cute. Like, I was just like awkward and kind of just like I'm not gonna say ugly, but like
how would you describe yourself?
really awkward and trying to like fit in. Oh, I did this one thing. I wanted like a boyfriend so bad. So I
Just
actually,
like anyone, just like a boyfriend.
yes,
Like,
and no one like thought I was attractive. So what I did is I had this friend and I thought she was the most beautiful person on the planet. Now she's a year younger than me, but I downloaded Tinder and I made a profile but used her photos
God,
as
wait.
myself.
Wait,
stop.
how old?
You were catfishing on Tinder?
Wait, how I was 12 years old.
You were catfishing on Tinder at 12 years old with
Wow. That is an entrepreneur if I have ever
My
seen one.
11-year-old friends.
Eliana.
That has to be.
I was so insecure.
How did Tinder allow this? Did you say I'm 11 and they were like, cool?
Hey Tinder,
Cool.
we have fucking questions, bro.
And I know I'm not supposed
I
to
don't
bring
want
this up,
Tinder
but
to get like sued now. I don't want Tinder to get sued.
No,
Oh
no,
my
I
God.
want Tinder to get sued.
No.
Yeah.
want
Okay,
them
listen.
to.
I think I said I was like 16 or something. Cause she looked
What is
16.
at what age can you get on Tinder?
I don't know.
Can we?
Is that
Can someone
I am-
Google this?
I am
I'm
shook.
disturbed.
I'm shook. Okay, so were you messaging people? You were.
Kind of.
Wait, what was the biggest?
I was matching with people.
You
I
were
was-
matching
I was.
with
I was
people.
doing some matches.
Uh-huh. And they were like 16, 17?
Yeah, I think they were like occasionally maybe like a 20-year-old.
Okay. Oh, okay. There's Tinder for teens.
Wait, there's a Tinder for teens.
I think you were. No, she was on the real
Were
Tinder.
you not on the
She
Tinder for
was on-
teens?
You were on grown-up Tinder. If there was a 20-year-old.
Oh, I was like, I wasn't
Okay.
aware that there was a. I was like, that's not what
So
I
you
did.
were matching with mostly teenagers and the occasional pedophile.
20-year-old.
Occasionally.
Thank you.
It's so.
It all
so
comes
funny.
back to pedophilia.
We talk a lot about pedophiles in this episode.
Do you ever get overwhelmed by the amount of choices that are out there? Whether you're shopping for cereal or toilet paper, there are so many options. It's hard to know what's best for you. When it comes to finding skincare products that actually work, it's even more overwhelming. Last week, I discovered a little dry patch on my forehead, and I looked at my 30 skincare products and didn't know which ones to actually apply. Finding skincare products that actually work for you is complicated, and that's why we're so excited to partner with Apostrophe, the sponsor of this episode. Apostrophe is an online platform that connects you with an expert dermatology team to get customized acne treatment for your unique skin. Through Apostrophe, you can get access to oral and topical medications that use clinically proven ingredients to help clear acne. You just have to fill out an online consultation about your skin goals and medical history, then snap a few selfies, and a board-certified dermatologist will create your first customized treatment plan. Apostrophe offers access to treatments from all types of acne. Hormonal acne to facial acne and even back acne, chest and butt acne. Yep, that's right, I said it. They treat breakouts from head to butt. Head to toe. I'm obsessed with skincare, and one of my skincare goals is to improve my skin texture and to get rid of some of those fine lines. What I love about Apostrophe is that it feels like the formula is specific to my skin, not just a generic product that you can buy at the store without having to physically go to a dermatologist. I also love that my personal Apostrophe package with my personal Apostrophe skincare treatment was delivered right to my door. And now we have a special deal for our audience. Get your first visit for only $5 at apostrophe.com/awkward when you use our code AWKWARD. That's AWKWARD. That's a savings of $15, and the code is only available to our listeners. To get started, just go to apostrophe.com/awkward and click begin visit. Then use our code awkward at sign up and you'll get your first visit for only $5. Thank you, Apostrophe, for sponsoring this episode.
Okay. All right. So your awkward stage was when you were catfishing on Tinder.
Okay, but like quarantine was a hard time for everyone. Okay, I don't want to hear it. Quarantine was a hard time.
And we
for
are not
everyone.
going to force you to hear it, but we do want more information.
Okay. It was a tough time.
So you were just matching with people, not messaging people.
Well, I mean, I would message a few people.
What would you
but,
say
Like
that-
not like weird shit. Just
Wait,
like.
and
what do
so
you mean
the
not
pictures-
weird shit? You're catfishing.
What you were presenting.
You know what?
What was the difference between, like, what was your catfish game? What, like, the difference between, like, who you were pretending to be?
Well, I was like pretending I was my friend, but I was like messaging as like I would. Like I wasn't trying to
Yeah.
message as her.
Okay.
And I would
But-
like try to just like make myself feel better, and I'd be like, "Who do you think's prettier?" I would get a few of their Snapchats, and I'd be like, "Who do you think's prettier?" And then I'd send my friend, and then I'd send me, and they would always say my friend. And that like really made my
God.
confidence go so low.
Oh my
But
gosh.
but since they thought I was her, you know, maybe they were just being nice. They're like, "Oh, like definitely you."
No, that's such a thing with 13-year-olds. My friend's daughter is 12, and she posted this Snapchat saying, like, rate me from 1 to 10.
Mhm.
It's
A lot of
like-
people do those.
It's a really big developmental thing of, like, girls being like, how do you compare me to other
Yes.
girls? But it's society. It's not your fault.
So, Eliana,
It is
let me tell you
It's
something
society's
right
fault.
now. Do not attach your self-worth to being pretty, quote unquote pretty. Okay.
This is the part of the podcast that's therapy.
Yes,
okay.
This is the therapy. No,
Great.
no, but oh wow, that's okay. So you were catfishing.
So did your mom catch you? How did this end?
I don't think she knows. I think I just stopped
She
because I was
doesn't
now
like,
she does.
you know what? She does now. I was like, you know,
Is she
maybe
gonna choke us?
you guys knew before she did. I think I eventually like had morals eventually and was like, you know what? Maybe this isn't like the best thing. Maybe I'm not trying to have someone come to my house and like
Yeah.
Right. Don't ever.
Come in my
Well,
room.
I think
Yeah,
like
no.
saying eventually I have morals. I think like also like
eventually.
but also like you when children are young, like you give them a freaking break. Like everyone did weird shit.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone did weird shit, and like we did our weird shit without access to phones or
Yeah.
internet or like the whole global world. You did your weird shit with access to Tinder.
Yeah.
And that I would have done the same thing at that age. Like just give the
Yeah.
children of this world a
Yeah.
break.
And plus, we tell them, like, society tells them all these messages, and then it's like, but don't measure self-worth, but then it's like billboards everywhere
Yeah.
and like society telling us that us women like all these messages. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Very mixed.
Maybe like if you could now yourself give that girl a piece of advice, what do you think it would be?
Wait, the girl that I was catfishing as?
Yes. Oh, yeah. Actually, I guess you could give your alter ego
Oh,
a piece
okay.
of advice. Yeah.
Oh, like me younger.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
Honestly, I think I was just trying so hard because I was being compared and seeing what the beauty standard was.
Yeah.
And like originally being like, I don't have that. Like I tried to like make myself the beauty standard by being someone else, but
Yeah.
I've gotten so much better now. Like I actually like myself, which is good. Like I have like
Yes.
a little bit of self-confidence, which is great, which is really what I needed. I just needed a few people to just tell me, like, you know, you're beautiful, just you. I know, like, this is so, just like everyone says this, but it's so true. Just like you are beautiful the way you are, and you don't have to measure up to every single beauty standard there is, and just be yourself, because that's just most important at the end of the day.
Yes, that is the best advice.
It's really
It's so true. And like I know like I've said, everyone says that, but it's so important. That really helped me. Just like my mom just telling me, like, you really don't realize how the littlest things can just like impact you.
Yeah.
Especially because I'm sure you get a lot of negative comments
All the
and
time.
messages and
It hurts when it's something you're insecure about. Like when people
Yeah.
comment about something you were like or are insecure about, it's like it hurts, but
Yeah.
it's a person jealous of you. Just sitting
Yes.
behind their phone.
It's
honestly.
always about them.
It
not
is.
you.
Mhm.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
it feels personal. Like, it's hard to
It
remind
does,
yourself of that every
yeah.
single
Look,
time.
I started getting a following at what, like 27 years old, and that's a full-grown, full adult who should have their head on their shoulders.
Yeah.
And I would get one negative comment, and it
Yeah.
would throw me for a freaking
Yes.
loop. And you've been dealing with that since you were 8. Like,
Yeah, I can't imagine.
Yeah, it's
like
it's
every
so
time
cool
my
to
follower
hear you.
numbers goes down a little, like, you know,
Mhm.
I take that so hard, and it's like such a little bit of negativity
Yeah.
as compared to all the positivity and like all the people that like do
It's just
like
so
my
hard
content.
not to,
It's like-
though.
It's so hard not to take it to heart because
Mhm.
you just like it confirms your story that something's like wrong with you,
Yeah.
or you know.
The thing that kind of like helps me the most though is I always have to remember the positive outweighs the negative. Like you
Yes.
see one negative thing and it stands out so much because there's not, at least like for me, I'm sure with you guys too, like there's not a lot of it. So you see one thing and it feels like the biggest thing in the world when in reality it's just like, you know, one comment and
Yeah.
the rest of it's like beautiful, like oh so sweet, you know, like all this positivity.
Yeah.
So you have to remember that like the positive outweighs the negative even though like the negative sticks out.
Yeah.
And I think like if someone was standing in front of your face and saw that you were a human, they
Yes.
probably wouldn't be able to be like,
No.
especially if they, you know,
Yeah.
like, would they be able to look you in the eyes and say that? No.
No,
Yeah.
not at all. It's just literally people behind their phone from like
Whereas like
anywhere in the
yeah.
world.
anytime I troll you, like I mean it, and I would say it to your face, like I'm all
I
over.
appreciate it.
Yeah.
I appreciate when people are real to me. I feel like that's
Yeah.
something that's missing nowadays. It's just realness.
Yeah.
I feel
So
like a
all
lot.
those like really terrible comments, I'm commenting all over your stuff. I mean
You're
it.
the
Just
one.
to make you stronger.
I mean it.
because-
Yeah. I'm trying to toughen you
Thick
up.
skin.
Because see, now you have all this insight and all this newfound confidence because you had to go through catfishing as an 11-year-old on
Wait,
Tinder.
I actually have something
Oh
to say
my
about catfishing.
Ooh,
You know the show Catfish on MTV?
Yeah.
Neve and I are in a fight.
you are?
Yeah. So
You know him?
well,
Well.
so in
What do you
20
mean by well?
in 2016, maybe
Oh.
2017, he opened the door for me at a Sweet Green.
Oh.
I
so-
said-
Did he actually?
Yeah, I
Really?
said
No
I
way.
said thank you, and then I looked in his face. He was leaving Sweet Green. I was coming in. He opened the door. I walked through it, and then I was like, "Oh my God, that was Neve from Catfish."
No way.
We hadn't spoken since.
Oh.
And then
he ghosted you?
Well, he ghosted me after
After
Sweet Green,
opening the
but we didn't have
door.
much of like a connection at Sweet Green.
Oh.
Um, we're both married, so this is pure friendship. But then he followed me on TikTok.
Oh.
Did
And
he
I
actually?
yeah, and
Ignited
I already
friendship.
followed him on TikTok, so
Okay.
I messaged him and
Yeah.
I was like, "Thanks for the follow." My husband, well, fiance at the time, watch you every night in bed.
In bed.
Because we were on a big Catfish kick. We were
Oh.
watching Catfish in bed every single night. It was during quarantine.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Chris,
During while she was on
Cor-
Tinder.
yeah, Chris, my husband, yeah,
Probably at the same time.
we were catfishing.
Well, she was catfishing
we were
at the
so,
same
we were both
time.
into Catfish at the same time.
Both had a catfish phase.
Oh my God.
So like my husband had never seen Catfish the show, so we like started at the beginning, and I was like, "Hey Neve," like when he followed me, because you can message people once you follow each other. I was like, "Big fan, my husband and I watch you every single night."
Yeah, that's not creepy.
Did he respond?
He responded, and I was like, and he was like, "If you ever want to collab, blah blah
Oh.
blah." So then I got to
That's
freaking
crazy.
work. I was like racking my brain, and I was like, "What am I gonna collab with Neve on?" And then I sent him this like long thing about what I wanted to collab with him
Uh-huh.
on,
Really
and then
good ideas.
he ghosted me.
Oh no.
my
And then 6
God.
months later, he messaged me checking in,
Checking in
and
on
I was
what?
like, and I was like, "Oh my God, I guess I like told him I was gonna send a script and never send it to script."
oh,
sent.
to-
Sorry,
sent.
I'm really stressed out. So then
Sorry,
he
didn't
said
make fun of
checking
you.
in, and then a couple like I was like freaking out because I'm like, "Oh my God, Neve from Catfish, like we're having such communication issues. I don't know if this is gonna work."
Oh no, not me. From
And
Catfish.
then I messaged him like maybe a couple weeks later and asked him, "Hey,
you waited that long.
I know the collab. Look, I was stressed. It's Neve from Catfish. He's
But he's
a huge
waiting.
celebrity to me."
Yes, but you gotta like give him.
No,
like,
I know.
Mhm.
Look, I see that now.
Eliana's right.
So then I messaged him being like, "Hey, I know that like collab didn't work out, but my friend Alina Bock," and I tagged you because I was like, "Look how many followers she has." My friend Alina Bock and I have this podcast. Like, would you want to come on as a guest? Gave him the info. Never heard from him again.
Oh, and that was it?
Yeah,
Not-
and he
never
was
seen-
like my best friend.
Yeah.
Checking in.
Yeah, I hope
Otherwise
Not a
known as
loyal
besties.
friend.
I hope he doesn't listen
That's,
to this.
we will send him this clip.
Yeah.
And then pressure
But
him.
then Cammie-
We'll get a lot of views on this clip and then pressure him
Yeah.
to coming on the podcast.
Exactly.
Cammie is the other host of Catfish now.
Oh.
I saw her outside of a nightclub.
Oh,
and my
nightclub.
husband Chris goes, "Oh my God, we watch you at night." And I was like, "Chris," and then I turn
Oh my
around and she
God.
goes, "Wait, I know you. I watch you. Where do I watch you?" And I was like, "On TikTok." And she was like, "I watch you on TikTok." And I was like, "We watch you in bed at night." And
A real
then
bonding experience.
and then we
Oh,
left.
100%.
So I feel like I have this
Oh.
really weird connection to Catfish.
Now you have like a third experience with catfishing.
No, like something about me and Catfish are so meant to be. I
I
just
need to be
can't
on the show
figure-
Catfish.
I
now,
think
feel.
so.
do you.
Oh my God, we should put
I
her
think
on-
you should be on the show Catfish.
Catfish, hire me.
that would
Producers
be
are listening to this. Please hire me. What's the show about? I've actually, being honest, never watched.
It's about you.
Um,
It's about you.
It's
Okay.
It's
Well,
stories
then-
of people catfishing other people. So they
Oh.
would interview like one of the guys that
but
you were
is that
like
really what it is?
catfishing.
Yeah, but
Yes.
it goes.
Please get me on
no,
Catfish.
It goes way further. Of course, she doesn't know what Catfish is. You're 15.
Yeah.
She's 15. Catfish was like an us thing.
Yeah, it's
Um,
not a thing anymore.
So
I
it
think.
goes way. What you did, you didn't do anything really that bad because these people force, or like not force, but they like have people in like years-long relationships with them
Oh.
before they
Okay.
realize that it's not really them, and then
Okay.
they go and they confront them and they meet, and it's this whole thing: is it going to be the person? Is it not going to be the person? Who's been
Oh.
messaging them? A lot of times it's like an ex-boyfriend's messaging you as
So
a new
today we
person.
have Mike, who you catfished during the pandemic.
Oh my God. I can't. I wonder what those people are up to. Like,
So what years of school were you during the quarantine?
I think I think I was in my last year of middle school.
Last year of middle
Mhm.
school.
Mhm.
Okay.
I think I was about to be
so
like a
did
freshman.
you then go to Zoom? Was it like Zoom school?
Well, see, I've been homeschooled since 4th grade.
Oh, wow.
Because my last year of
really?
school, I had like 45 absences. Because I was filming Dance Moms. So I was in like
Oh,
LA for
yeah.
like 10 weeks at one point.
Yeah.
And the school was like, listen, this is not working.
Yeah.
I mean, understandable. So after that, I was like, okay, yeah. Public school wasn't working for me. So, but I miss it, honestly. But like while I was in it, I hated it. Like the grass is always
Yeah.
greener on the other
Yes.
side. Like now I want to go back,
Very
but while
true.
I was in it, oh my God, I hated it. It was like the worst thing ever.
Did Dance Moms give you like teachers and tutors and
Yes, they would
Okay.
have. That's like illegal if they didn't. Like we
Yeah.
had
Okay,
to
yeah.
legally do school for 3 hours a day before we were even allowed to film.
Oh, wow.
Mhm. And also
like
since
regular
we're like,
school, like math and geography. and
yeah,
stuff
like
that?
yeah, regular stuff. So
No,
we'd have
she
a set
only
teacher.
took home ec.
And yeah, I was not, but that's fine. But also, like, a lot of people don't realize is like we couldn't film for like more, especially with how young I was. We couldn't
Yeah.
film for more than like 2 or 3 hours.
Yeah,
So like when we had like
right.
the
Then
big
it's child labor.
child
Yeah.
labor laws, yeah. So like when we would have like the big pyramid day, do you know where she like rips the photos
Yeah.
off? Yeah. So that would take a solid like 3 hours itself. So
Wow.
once we were done with pyramid, we'd have to be done. Like could not be on camera at all. Like we couldn't even learn our dances. Like
Oh,
they were like, you
wow.
have to leave. So it was so bad. But
And
that was
then-
kind of annoying, but
Yeah, but that's
okay.
Because you were used to dancing for 8
So-
hours on the street with your mom,
With
and then
dance battling strangers. Exactly.
What was so you were in Boulder, Colorado, half or most of the time, and then came to LA for filming.
I did, yeah.
What was the biggest difference between your living your two lives?
Well, okay. Once it's like my dance teacher from Colorado told me, she said, when you go there, like, you're not coming back. And we were like, no, like, we're going to come back,
Yeah.
live. She was right. Like, it's like once we came here, we just, like, we're here 90% of the time
Yeah.
from, like, then on. Like, we would never be in Colorado for more than, like, 2 weeks. Like, the most we have ever been in Colorado was during the pandemic, which was, like, more than 2 weeks, literally. We were there for, like, 2 months, which is even, like, such a long time for us, which I know it's not that long. But I would say the biggest difference, honestly, like, I would say the people. People were so not happy about us going on dance moms in Colorado.
Oh, wow.
Because I got in, like, the local, like, newspaper.
Yeah.
Oh, people were pissed. Oh, they were angry. Because they was, like, all, like, really family friendly, I guess, really, like, not sweet. They were kind of like bitchy, not gonna lie, but like the moms that
Outwardly
are so
sweet.
Yeah.
just judgmental.
very
about choices.
judgmental,
Yeah.
like kind of like country club moms
Yeah.
or like the people.
Oh, I grew up with country club mom.
I don't. I hope that's not offensive, but like it's like
No,
the
it's
best
not.
way to describe
It's like the
it.
one kind of mom you
Yeah,
can make
country
fun
club
of. Yeah.
moms.
They were really angry because they were like, "You're exploiting your
cares.
child." Talking to my mom, you're exploiting her, taking her to LA. Like she's gonna get like like all these creepy men online are gonna start looking at her. And, like, why are you doing this to your child? And we got a lot of backlash from the Boulder community, which
wow.
was
So-
kind of like degrading.
So
but
what do you think? Are you happy that you did it, or do you wish that you didn't?
Oh, 100%. I mean, I would not be where I am today without dance
Yeah.
moms, and that's a thing that I feel like a lot of like the older girls on the show sometimes don't say, because a lot of them like they're like, oh, like they had probably a worse experience than I did. I feel very bad for them. They went through a lot of stuff. I'm not trying to like discount that, but a lot of them like, oh, we'd be where we are without dance moms, but a lot of them that's where their career started. So like all the jobs that they get now, like they were noticed from dance moms. So I'm not trying to throw shade, like I love all the girls and stuff.
Yeah.
That's just something I'm always trying to be very cognizant of, is like being so grateful, because I would not be where I am today without it. Like
It's
I
also
wouldn't.
like your followers found a lot of your followers found you
Know me from
there,
Dance
so saying
Moms.
like fuck that show. They're like, wait a minute, but like that's how I like
Exactly,
started, like,
yeah.
how I found you and I watched that
I
show.
think it's probably like a love hate. Same thing with
Yeah.
like people who get discovered on American Idol and then
Yeah.
were treated really bad by
Yeah.
American Idol. Like it's
and don't make
it's
any
love-hate.
money and like get like a weird record deal.
People have different experiences. For me, like I didn't realize it like affected me while it was happening. Eventually, like a couple years later, like it started to like kick in, and like I got really kind of like traumatized over a few things.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's okay. Overall, it was a good experience, I would say.
I wanted to just ask about your awkward stage during the pandemic, because you said you were kind of experimenting and trying to find yourself.
Okay.
What was like something that you tried, maybe like makeup or hair or anything that has to do with like looks? Because when I was a teen, it was like, or fashion, because when I was a teen, it was like blue eyeshadow and like thin eyebrows and like,
okay.
and
so
I thought it was so cool.
a few things. I think like all I wanted to do was just go to Brandy Melville, like because my mom used to like pick out and buy my clothes for me, like she would like kind of like choose my style. So all I wanted to do during the pandemic, I was like, I just want to go to Brandy Melville, be a Brandy Melville girl. But I unfortunately like it closed. So mom like finally took me one day. She was like, okay, and then it closed, and I was like really upset.
Oh.
I had a few really bad things. I had the clumpiest mascara ever. Like I only had like 3 eyelashes because it was all, and I did it really like to the side. Like I would make my mascara go like out, but like kind of like almost like an eyeliner ring. Like it almost looked like but it was like 3 little.
So there was like nothing
together.
here, like in the.
Oh my god, it was horrible. And my mom tried. You know what my mom said I looked like? She said I looked like Tammy Faye.
Oh.
Like with the mascara. You know who that is? Yeah. So that's what my mom. She was like, "You look like Tammy Faye." I was like,
Okay, so teens these days are having awkward
That's
stages
awkward.
with their makeup.
And I
Because
got
now
my
you,
first
like,
pair of
obviously know what
hair
you're doing.
extensions, and those really ruined my hair.
Oh no.
We've progressed a lot, but it looked like spaghetti. Like, it was just like noodles. It wasn't hair. And I didn't know at the time until I look back now, and I'm like, oh my
Right.
Well, that's the thing is you never do.
hell.
That's what defines an awkward
Okay,
stage.
you guys, you heard it here first. An awkward stage, the podcast. Teens these days do have awkward
Trial and error.
stages.
You just don't know.
Okay, Eliana, where can everyone find you?
You can find me on TikTok, Snapchat, YouTube, Instagram, and it's Elliana Walmsley on Instagram. It's Elliana Walmsley _ though. My YouTube is just Elliana, so make sure to go follow me on those platforms.
Yay! And send us your awkward stories to Awkward Stage Pod, and we might read them on the podcast.
And don't forget to write us reviews and follow us and tell all your friends. And we will see you next week. Thank you, Eliana.
Thank you guys so much.
Bye.